He's central casting. But you don't, under that beautiful exterior is a killer. We have our savior in this room. His name is Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent. He is in charge of the investigation of Somalia and the billions of dollars they have robbed from Minnesota, right? I hope you do your job. I hope you're not one of these Republicans where something comes up and they don't do what they should do because they're nicer people. You know, they're much nicer people than the Democrats, but Scott's actually not a nice person at all. So, Scott, you're in charge of that investigation? Okay, I'm not interfering at all. I'm just saying, please do a good job, honest and fair.
Okay, that was President Trump yesterday, had his rally in Pennsylvania, talking about Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent handling the investigation into rampant fraud in Minnesota, now surpassing more than $1.2 billion. Some estimates and whistleblowers say it could be 8 times higher at more than $8 billion. Joining us now, the Free Press journalist, Mene Ukueberuwa. Thank you so much for joining us, Mene. Great to see you. You're a former Wall Street Journal editor. Can you talk to us about how you've written editorials critical of Minnesota Democrat leadership for turning a blind eye to taxpayer money getting stolen in frauds? Can you talk to us about that? Because now Minnesota taxpayers are going to have to pay up double to clean this up.
Yeah, well, the story is an absolute scandal. I think President Trump is right to shine a spotlight on it because it shows a couple of the big problems from previous Democratic administrations. One of those big problems is all of this government money that was essentially available for the taking for anyone who showed up. So $1 billion was stolen in people claiming to be feeding the hungry during COVID. And both Democratic Governor Tim Walz in Minnesota and also the Democrats in Washington who created the program put very few controls to prevent that kind of fraud. Another problem is immigration itself, because you have these communities of Somali people in Minneapolis, many of whom aren't really assimilating properly. We had a piece in the Free Press recently by Ayan Hirsi Ali, who is Somali herself, talking about how these communities, they're not really productive often. They have insular attitudes and habits, and they end up committing fraud kind of as a sort of habit because they aren't properly integrated into American society.
Well, that's an interesting analysis there because, you know, this Minnesota scandal didn't make it into the national press in a big way until the New York Times jumped on it in late November. We reported on it before they did. But, you know, what do you make of this? It's not just in Minnesota. The GAO found pervasive welfare fraud across 46 states in just the first quarter of last year. It's nearly 200,000 instances of fraud nationwide. It could be in all 50 states. It's in New York, California, and Mississippi. The government loses anywhere from $233 billion to $521 billion annually to fraud. It's almost like the numbers, you can't even believe what they are.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's an essential problem when you have government officials who are spending money that is not their own, is not under their control. So these types of programs, whether it's welfare, whether it's COVID aid, they come from federal taxes. They're given to the states, including blue states like Minnesota. And you have these governors who have incentives to push as much money out the door because they know that's going to win them favor with their constituents in the state. And they have no incentive whatsoever to make sure that that money is going into the right hands and taxpayers' cash isn't being wasted.
Mene, thank you so much. It's great to see you. We'll read your stories more and more in the Free Press. You were great at the Journal, too. It's good to have you on.